Hello, Candy. Sweeten up your daily life with Candice Tolby.
This week on Hello Candy, I wanted to focus on some rising stars from my hometown, Cape Town, South Africa. Francis Sholto-Douglas and Judd Krok are both actors living in Cape Town who have made their Netflix debut in the highly popularized romantic comedy film series titled The Kissing Booth. Francis plays Vivian and Judd plays Ollie. Today, I'm going to be chatting to the both of them to hear more about their backgrounds prior to The Kissing Booth and what it has been like to have their careers skyrocket with the film's success. Stay tuned.
Hi guys, welcome.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how's everything your side?
I'm fantastic. We're literally shivering here in the Cape Town cold. How's things in the Middle East?
So, opposite problem, boiling, staying inside the aircon at all times.
Oh my God, I wish I was you right now.
Yeah, very, very green-eyed over here.
I'll trade with you guys.
No, I'm telling you, you don't want to trade. The wind chill this morning was literally, it ate into your bones. You know, it's when it's so cold, You can feel it in your bones.
Yeah.
I'd rather be on Tel Aviv beach, eating, having a little shisha, you know, drinking a little mocktail. I really wouldn't mind that right now.
Hopefully soon after Corona, you can come visit us.
I'm so excited to get back to the Holy Land.
Have you ever been to the Holy Land, Francis?
I have not.
Okay.
The holiest I've ever been is eating donuts on a Sunday.
We have to bring you here as well. Especially after this, you're going to have some Israeli fans.
Oh
Amazing.
my God, that
Bring
is
them
absolutely.
Teach me how to make challah, because I've heard it's amazing.
But I actually, I have, Candice, had Francis over to my house for Shabbat a couple of times. So she's not a complete newbie. I have.
What did you
Somewhat
say?
cultured.
Did you like the whole process?
It was definitely an experience. Judd knows how to cook, and by cook, I mean provide catering. He also provided quite a lot of beverages, if you know what I mean. So I don't really remember much of what the food included, but it was delicious from what I can remember.
Good, I love that. Okay, we have quite a few questions for you guys and not a lot of Zoom time. So,
Okay.
you keen to get started?
Let's
100.
get this thing on the road.
All right, let's do it. First question, can you share with me the exact moment for both of you? I'm sure it was a little bit different when you got the call that you got the part for the Kissing Booth movie.
You want to go, Judd?
You want to go? You go first, Francis.
I really can't remember the first movie, and I thought about this. I can't remember it at all. But the second movie, I do remember. I was having lunch at my friend's office who had an hour break from work, and I got the message from my agent, and I remember just being so freaking excited, and my friend was very happy for me and bought me a sandwich, and yeah, that's about it. It's not
Did you
glamorous
expect
story.
the second one? Was that a shock to you?
Sorry?
Did you expect a second film, or was it like surprising?
No, totally. I had absolutely no idea. I think I'd heard a couple rumors at the time. I wasn't sure if I was going to be in it though. But I really didn't, I never thought about a sequel. I did the first movie and I was like, cool, that's it. Like, why would they make a second one? And then they did. And I think it was even better than the first.
Cute. Thank you for that share. Judd, do you remember that first moment?
I do remember the first moment. I was literally, to be frank, excuse the pun, Francis, to be frank, it was my first audition ever in Cape Town.
Oh my goodness.
So I went to my first audition ever, and I got a call back, and then I got another call back, and I was with this really not well-known agent at the time. It was a friend of a family friend who said, go for this casting. And I remember getting a message saying that you've been cast as student council president, which is actually not the role I ended up playing. I actually ended up playing Ollie. And Evan, Miles, who I kiss in the second one, actually ended up playing student council president. But the funny story behind this is me and Frances were going to UCT at the same time, and she didn't like me at all. And I
That's
rocked
not
up
true.
hey?
That's not true.
Like false
I just
news.
thought you were a
Put that out there.
little
Okay, it's not false news. But I was in a lecture hall with her, and I was the guy who was always speaking and trying to sound smart and, you know, all of that. And I rocked up to do my makeup test for the first kissing booth. And I looked at Frances and I go, "You've got to be joking me." And it was Frances literally standing in front of me, me and her. And
You make it sound like I was there with like a pitchfork, like death staring.
No, you were not. You were not. I just think it's meant to be, France. We've been on this way. We've been on this ride for a long time now. You know.
I remember we clicked really quickly when we met that day, and we became friends.
Yeah, no, on the day at the makeup test, we clicked very, very quickly. But when I was at UCT and I was coming back for my second year, and I didn't know anybody, I don't think you were my number one fan.
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
That's true. That's crazy. That was your first audition in Cape Town, you said, and you got the role. You superstar.
I think it was part, I don't know, I was very lucky. The role kind of suited me. And yeah, I guess, I don't know. I just think I was blessed, you know. Something is looking after me.
Best and talented. It's a combination.
Well, I'll let you say that. I'm not going to say that about myself.
A little bit of extra information. Frances and I used to act together in Cape Town.
You're
Yes, we
joking
did.
me.
Yeah.
Went to drama classes together.
Are you serious? Who did you go to drama classes with?
Natalie Faber.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Is she like the standard drama school teacher in Cape Town?
I think so. Yeah.
Shout out to Natalie.
Shout
Woo!
And we also clicked. We clicked pretty quick. I was like, "Oh, this girl can act. I like her."
Are you and Frances the same age?
I think I'm younger.
Oh,
You're younger.
I'm 22.
Oh my God. Why were we in the same drama class?
I thought
we were the same.
advanced.
You were. I think you were. I don't know why you're not acting now, but you know, I'll let your followers try convince you to be in the next kissing booth.
All right.
Like the kissing.
You both got to stay on target. I want you to tell me about your characters, because you did mention that you played Ollie. I know that Frances played Vivian. I want to know about the processes you both underwent and how you mastered your respective accents. Very interested to know this.
Okay, France, you go first.
Okay, you're too
You
kind.
take it. You start this off.
So I play Vivian. She's part of the student council. She takes herself and the high school incredibly seriously, so seriously that friends of mine who watched the movies thought I was a teacher, not a student. But she, which is funny because I'm one of the younger cast members, actually. I loved playing her. She is so fun. She is so witty and arrogant and disciplined, and just really has a stick up where the sun doesn't shine, but like in the best, most endearing way possible. So I really enjoyed getting into her skin and getting to know her, especially in the second movie. I think my relationship with her developed quite a lot in the second movie. That sounds a little hoity-toity, but genuinely. And in order to prepare, I made like this book of Vivian, and I just wrote down all the thoughts that I had for her, all her inspirations, just everything that I could possibly think of that could help build her as a character. And then for the accent, I really just put my life in the hands of the accent coach, who was Steve Jennings on the second movie.
Shout out Steve.
Shout out.
And on the first movie, actually. Shout out Steve. And then I just watched a lot of interviews, a lot of Kate Beckinsale interviews, because she's got that nice posh twang. And then, yeah, that's about it.
That's awesome. Thank you for that share.
Sure.
So it's on to me now.
Over to you.
The character of Ollie is in the first film is obviously very different to the character of Ollie in the second film. In the first film, you barely see Ollie. He's in the background, kissing girls. The only real line I say in the first film is, "Holy shit, bro. Check it out. Oh my God. Are you serious? Is that Elle Evans?" So like that's basically the only that's basically the only line I say in the first film. But in the first film, Ollie is seen to be kind of like a womanizer. He basically wants to get with all the girls. He's not the coolest guy in school, but he still manages to hook up with a couple of girls. Netflix actually posted, I think last week, that Ollie is the person who has kissed the most people at the kissing booth in all 2 franchises of the movie. So thank you very much, Netflix. I really appreciate that. So he went from this macho bros boy, high-fiving. I wore this gold chain around my neck that the director said I need to wear because it represents my masculinity and how I'm always overcompensating. And at the end of 2018, when the success of the first Kissing Booth came out, Vince called me in the August and he was like, "Judd, I want you to play Ollie, but I want Ollie to question his sexuality. And I want him to go through a whole journey of rediscovering himself and being proud in his own skin." And I was very humbled and honored and really, really privileged that he put that type of responsibility in my hands. So the thing of preparing for Ollie in the second film, I walked into the first script reading with Joey and I put up this whole persona. I changed the accent slightly. I became a little bit more flamboyant, which is obviously just a stereotype and obviously just something that people see through the media. And Vince says to me, "Judd, all I want you is to be Ollie in the last film. There's nothing that's changed between Ollie in the last film than in the new film. In the new film, he's just revealing who he truly is." And I think he was just trying to say that anybody, no matter how you behave, how you act, how you perform, what your preferences are, if you like fast cars, if you like romantic comedies, anyone's sexuality can be anyone's sexuality. So for me, I kept my old character from the first film. I was a bros boy. I was a boy's boy. I was someone who, liked sports, liked going to parties. But the thing is, I was keeping a big secret. And that big secret was something that was weighing heavily on me until I finally decided, with the help of Elle, to, break out of that glass box of fear and really just accept and be true to who I really am and not caring what anyone thinks about me.
That's so relatable.
Amen.
Amen. Yeah. Thank you for that share.
My absolute pleasure.
Can you tell me, both of you, about your career paths prior to the Kissing Booth? Has acting always felt like your destiny? I want to know you guys prior. Francis.
Okay, Judd, you've let me go first every time, so I'm going to let you go first.
Okay.
Back to you.
All right, passing it back to me. So when I was 16, I told my parents I want to become an actor and I don't care what it takes and I want to become an actor. And I was living in Sydney in Australia at the time. And I researched a million drama schools that you could go to in high school. And I found a high school in London called the Arts Educational School that you could do your high schooling, but also do drama classes every single day. So I said to my parents, I'm going to London. I'm going to go board there. I'm going to go do my thing there. And then they all decided to come with me. We went to London and I studied musical theatre for 2.5 years. Then after the 2.5 years, I basically went back to Sydney, finished my final year, went on a gap year, came back, and I went to Sydney Uni, where I studied Bachelor of Commerce. And then I realized after 6 months of studying accounting and a Bachelor of Commerce that I can't do this for the rest of my life. I can't sit down and balance sheets and debits and credits and sit at a desk for the rest of my life. So I said there and then, I'm not going to be doing this anymore. And at that stage, my parents got divorced. So my father moved back to South Africa. So I ended up saying to my dad, I want to go to drama school. So he goes to me, you know what? Come with me to South Africa, and I promise you, we'll get you into a good drama school. The first year, I auditioned for a school called AFTA, which is a film college, drama college, which was, I don't want to be too judgmental on this, but it wasn't the greatest place for me to study acting. It was more about film producing, film production. And then in the second year, I decided to audition for UCT's theatre program. Now, UCT's theatre program is really, really competitive. And I just thought, the hell of it, I might as well audition. And in 2016, I think it was, I got accepted into UCT's theatre school. I ended up taking a year off, a sabbatical, the year afterwards for personal reasons. And then I landed up in my second year of UCT's drama school with Francis Sholto-Douglas. And that is when my life changed. Yeah, me and Francis have been studying together for years.
That's crazy.
It changed your life, Judd.
It changed the course of my life forever.
Yeah, okay.
Actually studying at
I
UCT.
will accept that
And
responsibility.
You filmed the film at UCT. I didn't realize that you both studied there.
We both studied at UCT. We filmed the films at UCT. It honestly feels like some sort of higher power moment. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know if you're an atheist or not, but I don't believe in coincidences.
On that. I studied at Herzliya High School, and then I moved to a town called Herzliya where I studied at IDC. So there was some weird, coincidence. But yours is...
It's your higher power. It's the cosmic karmic obligation of the universe guiding Candice to where she needs to be.
There you go. So, Francis, you want to take it from where he left off?
Yes. Okay. Well, I haven't always dreamt of being an actress necessarily. Similarly to Judd, I have a musical theater background. And since I was little, that was very much, and it's kind of the same thing, I guess, both performing arts, but to me, they're very, very different things. I always just dreamed of being, on the stage, childhood dreams of being a Broadway actress and singing in musicals. And I was really obsessed with Cats. I don't know if you guys know Cats. I loved that. I loved the idea of dressing up as a freaking cat and dancing and singing on stage. That's all I wanted to do. And then acting was the last thing on my list when it came to musical theater. I was more interested in singing, and then dancing, and then acting, and then slowly but surely acting became more and more important. And then I finished high school and ended up working on a pilot for a TV series that seemed very promising at the time, but nothing actually came of it. And while I was working on that, I realized that, I could take away singing, I could take away dancing. Acting that's where my heart is. And that's what brings me that sort of feeling that I'm alive, that very grounding force. If I could go anywhere in the world, and as long as I know that I'm acting there, I know that I'll have, my grounding force and know where I'm at. And so, yeah, so slowly over the years, I realized that acting is definitely, my dream and my passion in life. And now I'm just looking forward to doing as much of it as possible.
That's beautiful. It sounds like you really know your purpose.
Yeah, I think so. The thing is, I continue to question myself constantly. Like I don't ever feel like I'm 100% sure of anything. And I definitely have interest in other things, also in film and theater. But I, yeah, I think as far as surety goes, I'm pretty sure that acting, that's my main thing in life. That's my main
I
purpose.
feel that for you. I've been in the same room with you acting. I feel that for you. Judd, back to you. Quick question. Why did you decide to study commerce in the first place if you knew that acting was your baby?
Candice, I have a Jewish father. That's the answer. That's the end of my sentence. I have a Jewish father. You
These
think when you
great
say,
audience will understand you. Don't worry. You've said enough.
have I said enough? Is that enough?
That's enough.
Okay, I'm done. Francis?
All right, next question, guys. All right, we're changing it up a little bit. What has it been like to work with actors of the caliber of Joey King and Jacob Elordi? And I know there's many more, but just naming two.
So for me, I got to know Joey pretty well in 2017 when she got here, and I was kind of like, I felt like a rookie. I felt like I didn't know what I was doing. I felt like I was somewhere where I shouldn't have been, or I didn't deserve to be. I had this big complex on my mind. And then as the weeks went on and the second movie came on, I kind of found my place. But the thing is, working with Joey, especially Joey, is an incredible experience. She is so professional for her age. She's so professional. But besides her professionality, she's so humble. So she's literally the epitome of where I want to get to in my career. There's so many people and there's so many projects that are being offered to her because of her reputation in the industry as being someone who's hardworking, as being someone who's humble, who treats people with respect. And for me, you know, I got to shoot quite a nice scene in the Kissing Booth 2 with her on the beach. And throughout the whole scene, I was like, oh God, Joe, I hope it looks good. I hope I do a good job. And all she said to me was, Judd, just relax. You're great. You'll be fine. You've got this. You wouldn't be here if you weren't supposed to be here. She's that type of person, Joey. She is an absolute sweetheart through and through. And that's all I have to say about her. She's an absolute sweetheart, and I love her to bits.
That is awesome. Francis, can you share with us any of your actor interview moments?
Yeah, I totally echo what Judd just said. She really is. She is the real deal. I think for me, success in acting has little to do with what you've been in. Like, obviously, Joey has done some huge high-profile jobs. But for me, I don't care if I like, you know, win an Oscar, or if I, you know, work on 3 jobs in my entire life. I want to be a good actor, and I want to be a professional actor, and that's where success is at for me. And I think Joey is like, oh my God, she's the epitome of the kind of actor I would want to be. And she's like 3 years younger than me. And I'm pretty sure she's like 21.
Yeah, she just turned 21. 21.
She is so beyond her years. She is so wise. Every single moment on set, she manages to balance being like incredibly professional, very kind, and then just acting her butt off and doing so well and giving her all to the character and the scene that she's in. And to me, like, that's just like, I don't care what Joey does. She is such a successful, incredible actor. And then, yeah, and I didn't really get to work much with Jacob because he wasn't in any scenes with me, so I can't really say much about him. So not just like intentionally ignoring him.
He's very easy on the eyes, we can say that. Thank you for that. Can you guys share with me some of your funniest set moments? We're now going to ask some more relaxed questions.
Cool.
Okay, God, let me think. My funniest set moments actually happened during the filming of The Kissing Booth 3, but I can't give away anything. So this is going to be a difficult one.
Okay.
But in terms of The Kissing Booth 2, I would have to say just the Halloween nights, shooting the Halloween party scene was just so much fun. We were dressed up. We were all in funny, good moods. We looked crazy. Byron Langley looked like he looked like the clown from It, and he would run up behind people and scare them. There were a couple of extras who we had to dance with, who we had to make small talk with. But it was also, we also had a lot of fun just shooting the dancing and the partying scenes, and just the whole Halloween vibe I thought was really, really fun. And it was a night shoot from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. So by the 3 o'clock in the morning phase, everyone is slowly going into overtired mode, and the funniness and the laughter and the hysteria and the strangeness starts to come out of the cast. But yeah, that's that and Frances gets weird at 3 a.m. You know, she starts speaking Spanish or something, and she's never learned Spanish before in her life. It's the strangest thing. No, that's a joke. I'm kidding. I'm just playing.
Your acting is good, but I felt the joke.
Just so innately talented, I can speak in any language.
No, so for me, the Halloween nights, I think for me was probably the funnest night so far. So far, it's done. I mean, am I still doing it? What's going on?
Frances, do you want to add to that?
Honestly, my funniest moments on set were with Judd. Judd, I know, like, do you remember that time? I don't want to say it on here, but do you remember that time I did that thing on set, and then I came and I told you about it, and it was when we were out in like Paarl or something? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
That was, how funny was that?
I'm curious, guys. I'm like part of the story.
You don't want it on your show, Candice. It's not even that bad. It's just like you don't want it on your show. But Judd and I had so much fun. I had so much fun on that set.
We had the best time together. And
oh my God, we had the best time. But also, like, I was sharing a trailer with Michelle Allen, who played Heather, the goth girl. And we had so much fun together. Nathan, who plays the yearbook guy, he makes the funniest jokes. He is so funny. Sunda, who plays Randy, also hilarious. Everyone was so funny that it was just like constant banter. I swear to God, like, I've never laughed as hard as I did on that set. It was just so funny all the time. But what my favorite moment was when Judd and I were thinking about pranking someone, and then Judd had the idea to put salt in Michelle's coffee, who's my trailer roommate, and I was like, yeah, let's do it. So I get this coffee and I just like pour it. I pour like a whole lot of salt in there, and I bring it to Michelle, and she's like getting her makeup done, and she takes it and she's like, oh, thank you so much, and she pours it in with like a whole, like another coffee that she had, so she could have like a double coffee. And then so it like ruined her other coffee, and she was so angry, but like before she like screamed at me, and like in front of everyone in the makeup, she was like, what do you think you're doing? What do you like I don't want to see you. I actually don't want to see you. And like genuinely, she hated me for like 2 days. That was really, really funny, but also mildly traumatizing, mostly for Michelle.
And Frances would always come to me and be like, Judd, what should we do? What prank should we do? And I was like, Frances, you do the prank. She was like, no, you do it. I'll come along with you, but you do it. You actually do it. So she wanted me to take the fall for it, but she wanted the enjoyment for herself.
I love
100%. You got to do what you got to do.
I think we were very close to glad wrapping one of the toilets. I think that's what we were very close to doing. I don't know if that's appropriate, but yeah, it would have been a problem.
And I thought this all went on while you were filming the kissing booth. I'm loving this intel.
We were on set a lot.
4 months. 4 months.
Guys, we are unfortunately running out of time. So my last question for both of you is about your future aspirations. Super cliche, but I want to know. We'll start with which one?
I'll go first. So I will be moving to London next year to further pursue my acting career. I'm in touch with an agent there who's willing to take me on, which is amazing. And all I want to do, Candice, is just being a working actor for the rest of my life. You know, I don't need to win an Oscar. I don't need to be Jay-Z's best friend. I don't need to, play Billy Elliot on the West End. All I want to do is to be a working actor for the rest of my life. I want to get paid for something that I love. And I know that's going to lead to fulfillment, happiness, and wholeness. And my spirit will be happy with me.
That's awesome. And just also from what Francis said, I can tell that you guys are both in this for the right reasons. So I'm happy for you both.
Aw, thanks, Candy.
And what about you, Gal?
I like to keep a very open mind about the future because I don't want to limit my opportunities, and I also don't want to, be disappointed when things don't work out, because the industry we're in is so dynamic. You really never know where you're going to end up. So I don't have many, not material goals, but not many I want this or that. I do see acting as a transcendental experience, and I want to delve into more layers of myself and more characters and learn more about humanity and how our minds work, and really just be brave about it. I think those are my aspirations for the future. Just get more gritty, dive in deeper, and just keep learning.
I love that. That was profoundly beautiful.
That is the mysteriousness and the wokeness that is Francis Sholto-Douglas.
Love that. Guys, thank you both so much for your time. Everyone,
my absolute pleasure. Thank you for having us.
Of course, shout out to Israel, guys. Say hi to your Israeli audience, because trust you have one.
Hi, guys.
Shalom, ani ohev Yisrael. Chai chai Yisrael.
Francis, you can just say shalom. It'll do.
Shalom. How's the pronunciation?
Amazing. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Cheers, Candy. Thank you so much. Bye.
Hello, Candy. Sweeten up your daily life with Candice Tolman.